Hey everyone, you're in for a treat today. You're gonna see how my feet go from fugly to fab. This is my foot care routine. This is how I make them look pretty. They don't start this way though, okay? There's some issues here. I'm seeing some hair, I'm seeing some grown out shellac, and my foot just doesn't look good. So let's get into the video. I hope you guys enjoy. Listen, foot hair, it's a thing. People have it. Not a lot of people talk about it, but a lot of people have it. It's totally normal. All you gotta do is take some wax and remove it. I'm gonna list all the products that I'm using below, by the way. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of nail polish remover, put a tiny little cotton pad in. I cut this up, and I'm gonna put this over top of the grown out shellac I have on my toes and let it soak off. So what I do here is place the cotton pad over top, wrap some tin foil over my toe, and let it sit for 15 minutes. I actually prefer to have this done in a salon. Most things I'm like really down to DIY, but this one is really hard to do because you have to scrape it off like layer by layer. So I'm gonna take this little cuticle remover and I'm gonna scrape off the shellac. This toe was really easy to do. There's hardly anything on it, so it came right off. That was easy. I do find it satisfying though when I get to scratch it off. This is the big toe that seems to have held up a lot better than the other ones. So I'm gonna scrape off the first top layer and then put the acetone with the nail polish remover cotton pad thing. You know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna put it back on. Once I remove the shellac, I'm gonna take my nail trimmers and trim my nails back straight across to remove some of the length, but I'm also trimming them straight across so that they maintain a square shape when I go to file them later. So now I've taken care of the old shellac, the hair, and my foot looks a lot better than when we started. I think it's time to do a foot treatment. Starting with some hot water in a bowl. This is the essential part of the treatment. You want the hot water to soften your feet. I'm also going to be adding some extras like this coconut milk bath. This is going to hydrate the skin and it smells really, really good. I'll also add some dried up flowers. This makes it really pretty and relaxing to look at. Now that my feet are hydrated, but they're also a lot softer, it's a good idea to use an exfoliating product now. So I'm going to use this one. It's from the drugstore and it smells delicious. I'll put this all over the top of the foot and massage it in really, really well. This step is usually where somebody would use like a foot pumice or something to scrape the skin off, which is too abrasive for me. My feet are already soft and they don't get cracked, so I like to use something gentle like an exfoliator. But if your heels are cracked, put some jojoba oil or some type of carrier oil that's natural on your feet and put socks on overnight. I'm also going to take the treatment all the way up the leg. This is going to prevent those dark dots, those strawberry legs you might get after shaving or waxing. I go for waxing, so this is good to prevent ingrown hairs and also soften the skin and create even skin tone if you have lots of bruises or any marks on your legs. After my feet are soft and relaxed, they're looking much, much better. Let's perfect them. I'm gonna dry them off and then use a cuticle pusher. Since the skin is softened, it makes it so much easier to push the cuticles back. I'm also trying to perfect the shape. That's why I'm like pushing really hard into this corner. I'm sorry if that's like really cringy. It doesn't hurt at all. I just really want my toe to look like more square. Every time I do this in a video, people always say it's like really cringy to watch. Somebody scraping their cuticles, like, I don't know if that's everybody, but I don't find it cringy at all. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna push all of them back and then I'm gonna remove like the skin that's underneath the cuticle that's kind of laying on top of the nail. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it. I'm gonna scrape that off using the scraper I have. This is what I do just to make the nail look a little more perfected and it keeps the nail polish on longer. After that, I'm gonna trim those little jagged hangnails that I have around the edge of my toe. This is not necessary, but if you have hangnails, definitely trim them. It'll make the end result look a lot cleaner. Everything that I'm using is going to be linked below for you guys. The next thing that I'm using is a little bit fancier than your typical file. This is a crystal nail file, and apparently it's better for your nail. I do find that it makes my nails a little less jagged than some of my other files. I don't know, but I thought I would recommend it because it's something that I've been using when I can find it. Otherwise, I'll just use a regular nail file, but it does help make your nails smoother. And if you suffer from nails just kind of getting chipped and cracked really easily, definitely use a file like this. It's a little bit higher end and it's gonna work better. Since I already trimmed my nails straight across, they have that square kind of shape, but I rounded out the corners to make them look really natural. I'll soak my feet one more time and then dry them off before the next final steps. To make the pedicure look a lot better, you want to hydrate the cuticle area, especially after working on it. So I'm going to put this oil all around the toes, and then I'm going to take some acetone on a cotton pad. This is just going to remove the polish or the oil that's on top of the nail. If you have oil on top of your nail, the polish will not stick. So make sure that you remove that, but just maintain that oil around the cuticle. So now I'm going to use my favorite polish. I'll link these below. These are non-toxic and they're vegan. I really like them. And for the color I'm using today, it's going to be from Zoya. I recommend going for a bold color. The less attractive you find your feet, the bolder you should go in terms of color, because it's so eye-catching that it keeps the eye on the actual color itself rather than doing a nude or something, which kind of emphasizes everything around the color. And if you suffer from uneven skin texture or uneven skin tone or dry, cracked, bruised, anything that's just not desirable on the foot, definitely don't go for anything shimmer. I recommend a matte, bold color. It doesn't have to mean that there's no shiny top coat, but it just should be matte, as in no shimmer or glitter. Finishing off the toes, I'm putting more top coat, and then I'm going to put more oil. I actually meant just top coat and more oil. And that is the final result. My toes are dry before I put the oil on, and of course they're dry before this step as well. I'm using a pain relief cream. This is just realistic to what I like to use because my feet get sore sometimes, so I use this homeopathic cream. This relieves any pain that I have like anywhere, so I'll use this like anywhere on my body, but I'm going to use it on my feet to keep them feeling light and airy and pain-free. I hope you guys enjoyed this routine. This is really relaxing for me, and it's good to take care of your feet because otherwise they look like what they look like in the beginning of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye.